Hello friends, this is Martin speaking. I really need your support. Please subscribe to the channel before watching. In this episode, we will discuss 3 very important topics. Each topic is important and interesting, so be sure to watch our episode until the end. Topic number 1. South Korea's alarm bells ring. Concern and regret over Kim-Putin military cooperation talks. Topic number 2. Behind closed doors. What Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin discussed in their meeting. Topic number 3. Defensive showdown. As Korea and U.S. join forces to deter North Korea, what's the plan? Topic number 1. South Korea expresses concern over the recent meeting between North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and Russian President Vladimir Putin. The meeting appeared to focus on expanding military cooperation between the two countries. South Korea is particularly worried about the possibility of Russia supplying advanced weapons technologies to North Korea, which could further escalate tensions and pose a threat to regional security. The United States has also raised concerns that the summit could lead to an arms deal that supplies ammunition for Russia's ongoing conflict in Ukraine. If such a deal takes place, it could result in negative consequences for North Korea, including potential repercussions from the international community. The South Korean government has warned that any arms transfers between Pyongyang and Moscow would only strengthen the cooperation between South Korea, the U.S., and Japan in ensuring regional security. White House National Security Council spokesman John Kirby emphasized that assisting Russia in its conflict with Ukraine would have serious implications, stating that no nation should be aiding in the killing of innocent Ukrainians. The U.S. would closely monitor the situation and respond accordingly to any arms deal that enhances North Korea's military capabilities. The Korean Central News Agency reported that Kim invited Putin to visit North Korea, and Putin has accepted the invitation. However, there were no specific details provided regarding the timing of the visit. This invitation, along with Kim's remarks during the meeting about supporting Putin in his fight against hegemonic forces, indicates a desire to strengthen the friendship and cooperation between the two nations. The choice of location for the meeting at the Vostochny Cosmodrome suggests that Kim may seek Russian assistance in developing military reconnaissance satellites. However, the extent to which Russia is willing to share sensitive weapons technologies with North Korea remains uncertain. Some analysts suggest that the military cooperation between the two countries could primarily focus on conventional capabilities, such as improving North Korea's air force. Both Putin and Kim mentioned other areas of cooperation between Russia and North Korea, including transportation, agriculture, and humanitarian aid. However, they did not delve into specifics regarding military cooperation, with Putin stating that Russia adheres to sanctions prohibiting weapons procurement from Pyongyang. It is worth noting that the meeting between Kim and Putin occurred shortly after North Korea test-fired 2 ballistic missiles towards the sea. This ongoing testing of weapons has been highly provocative and has raised concerns about North Korea's weapons development. In conclusion, the meeting between Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin has raised concerns among South Korea and the United States regarding potential military cooperation and arms deals between North Korea and Russia. The sharing of advanced weapons technologies could heighten regional tensions and compromise security. The international community will closely monitor the situation to prevent any further escalation. What are your thoughts on this topic? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. Topic number 2. Behind closed doors. What Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin discussed in their meeting. The meeting between the leaders of North Korea and Russia recently occurred at the Vostochny Cosmodrome, located in Russia's far eastern Amur region. Kim Jong-un, North Korea's leader, arrived in Russia via a private train and was welcomed with a military band. This meeting holds significance as it marks Kim's first foreign trip since the pandemic began. During their meeting, Kim and Putin had the opportunity to tour a Soyuz 2 space rocket launch facility. Putin expressed Russia's willingness to assist North Korea in satellite development, signaling potential cooperation in the field of space technology. Both leaders also engaged in discussions concerning their shared concerns regarding Western policies. Kim characterized Russia's fight against what he referred to as imperialism as a sacred endeavor, while Putin affirmed their ongoing collaboration. Kim underlined that the meeting represented a crucial step towards strengthening the bilateral ties between North Korea and Russia. He expressed his confidence in the Russian army's capabilities and praised their tradition of achieving victory and displaying dignity and honor on military fronts. In response, Putin proposed a toast to future cooperation with North Korea. Regarding potential areas of collaboration, Putin mentioned the possibility of military technical cooperation. However, he emphasized Russia's commitment to upholding its international obligations, including compliance with United Nations (UN) sanctions imposed on North Korea. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres also took the opportunity to remind all nations to adhere to these sanctions during Kim's visit to Russia. Notably, Putin has accepted an invitation to visit North Korea in the future, highlighting the commitment of both nations to maintain their long-standing friendship and collaboration. The outcome of this meeting and the potential implications for the relationships between North Korea, Russia, and other global powers are of particular interest. It invites us to consider how these developments might shape the geopolitical landscape in the region and beyond. North Korea and Russia's collaboration in space technology is a notable aspect of this meeting. Putin's willingness to assist North Korea in satellite development suggests a mutual interest in expanding their capabilities in this arena. This cooperation could have implications not only for the two nations, but also for global space endeavors. It raises questions about how other spacefaring nations might respond to this partnership and whether it could lead to increased competition or cooperation in the realm of space exploration. Furthermore, the leaders shared criticisms of the West, particularly the term imperialism, are worth examining. This rhetoric has been used by various nations to criticize Western policies and actions. It prompts us to consider the differing perspectives on global affairs and how they influence international relations. What are the implications of North Korea and Russia's alignment in their criticisms of the West, and how might this impact their relationships with Western nations? Putin's acceptance of the invitation to visit North Korea is a significant development. It suggests a commitment to furthering diplomatic ties between the two countries. This visit could serve as an opportunity for deeper discussions on a range of issues, including economic cooperation, regional security, and diplomatic efforts to address regional challenges. It remains to be seen how this visit will materialize and what specific outcomes it might yield. In conclusion, the meeting between the leaders of North Korea and Russia at the Vostochny Cosmodrome represents a notable diplomatic event with potential implications for various aspects of international relations. The discussions on space technology collaboration, shared criticisms of the West, and the acceptance of an invitation for a reciprocal visit all warrant careful consideration. What are your thoughts on this meeting and its possible consequences? We invite you to share your opinions and insights in the comments below. Topic number 3. Defensive Showdown. As Korea and U.S. join forces to deter North Korea, what's the plan? South Korea and the United States are scheduled to have regular defense talks next week in Seoul. The talks, known as the Korea-U.S. Integrated Defense Dialogue, KIDD, will focus on discussions about deterrence tactics against North Korea's nuclear and missile threats. The agenda will cover various security matters, including policy coordination for response strategies and deterrence efforts, reinforcement of joint defense capabilities, and the potential transfer of wartime operational control based on conditions. Furthermore, officials plan to assess defense-related issues previously addressed in the Seoul-Washington summit earlier this year and the subsequent Camp David summit, involving leaders from South Korea, the U.S., and Japan. Headed by South Korean Deputy Defense Minister for Policy Heo Tae-kyun and Kara Allison Marshall, the Principal Director for East Asia, the upcoming talks will continue the ongoing defense collaboration between both countries. The KIDD, established in 2011, serves as a significant platform for high-level defense discussions, with the last meeting taking place in Washington in April. We can draw certain conclusions and make comparisons based on this news. The decision to hold defense talks reflects the mutual concern of South Korea and the United States regarding the security threats posed by North Korea. North Korea's continued development and testing of nuclear weapons and ballistic missiles have increased tensions in the region, As a result, South Korea and the U.S. have been actively engaged in joint efforts to deter North Korea's aggressive behavior and maintain stability in the area. The emphasis on policy coordination and deterrence strategies suggests that both countries recognize the importance of a unified approach in addressing North Korea's nuclear and missile threats. By aligning their policies and sharing expertise and resources, South Korea and the U.S. aim to enhance their defensive capabilities and consolidate their deterrent efforts. These talks provide an opportunity for the two nations to exchange insights, evaluate existing measures, and potentially devise new strategies to counter North Korea's growing arsenal. Additionally, the talks will likely touch upon the planned transfer of wartime operational control between South Korea and the U.S. Currently, the U.S. military retains operational control during times of war, but there are ongoing discussions about gradually handing over the responsibility to South Korea. By considering conditional requirements for this transfer, both countries can ensure a smooth transition and seamless cooperation in case of any future conflict on the Korean Peninsula. The inclusion of discussions on defense issues previously addressed in high-level summits reflects the continuous dialogue and coordination among South Korea, the U.S., and Japan. These trilateral efforts aim to foster regional security and promote cooperation amongst the three allies. By reviewing and reaffirming the outcomes of these summits, the defense talks can build upon the shared objectives and mutual understanding among the nations involved. We invite you, as the audience, to share your thoughts on this topic. What do you think about the upcoming defense talks between South Korea and the United States? Do you believe that policy coordination and deterrence efforts are effective in countering North Korea's nuclear and missile threats? Let us know your opinions in the comments.